Professor, I need your advice, but not the usual kind.
Advice? My specialty. Is this about peanut butter or jelly?
Neither. It's about staying completely off the radar.
Off the radar like a stealth bomber or a teenager sneaking out past curfew?
More like avoiding politics, authorities, and anyone who thinks they know better than me.
Ah, the art of disengagement, a classic dilemma. But why, Alan? Why the urge to vanish from the civic stage?
Because, Professor, I'm tired of being told what to do by people half my age with twice the arrogance.
Understandable, but disengagement is like making a sandwich without bread. It falls apart.
I don't care if it falls apart, as long as I'm left alone to do what I want.
But Alan, even a hermit needs a permit to build a hut. Total disengagement is complicated.
Then simplify it for me, Professor. How do I disappear without consequences?
First, you must master the art of invisibility, metaphorically speaking, of course.
Metaphorically, I was hoping for something more practical.
Practicality is overrated, but fine. Start by minimizing your digital footprint.
Delete my social media, already done. What else?
Avoid public records. No voting, no petitions, no library cards.
Library cards, really? That's your advice?
Knowledge is power, Alan, and power attracts attention. Stay ignorant. Stay invisible.
Ignorance isn't my style, Professor. I just want freedom, without interference.
Freedom without interference is like jelly without peanut butter. Sticky and unsatisfying.
Then I'll take the jelly. Sticky is fine, as long as it's mine.
Fair enough, but remember, Alan, even jelly attracts ants.
I'll deal with the ants. Just tell me how to keep the authorities off my back.
The authorities, they're like owls. Always watching, always judging.
Then how do I outsmart the owls?
By flying lower than their radar and higher than their reach.
Cryptic as always, Professor. Can you be more specific?
Specificity is the enemy of secrecy, Alan, but fine. Move often, speak little, and trust no one.
Sounds lonely. Is that the price of freedom?
Loneliness is the tax you pay for independence. But hey, no audits.
No audits. Now you're speaking my language.
Then let me leave you with this. Disengagement is a choice, but so is irrelevance.
Irrelevance sounds perfect. Thanks, Professor, I think.
You're welcome, Alan. Just remember, even the invisible cast shadows.
So, do you think Alan would benefit from joining the Freemasons?
Well, Lacey, it depends on what you mean by benefit.
I mean, would it help him network? Get ahead in his career?
Networking is certainly one of the perks, yes.
But is it all secret handshakes and weird rituals?
The rituals are symbolic. They're about tradition, not weirdness.
And what about the secrecy? That's what worries me.
Secrecy is overstated. It's more about discretion, really.
Discretion sounds like a fancy word for hiding things.
Not hiding, protecting. There's a difference.
Protecting what, though? Secrets? Power?
Protecting values, brotherhood, integrity.
Integrity? That's rich coming from a group that excludes women.
It's not about exclusion, it's about tradition.
Tradition is just an excuse for outdated practices.
You might see it that way, but it's more nuanced than that.
Nuanced? That's a convenient word for dodging accountability.
Accountability exists within the Brotherhood.
But not to the outside world. That's troubling.
It's about trust, Lacey. Trust within the group.
Trust is earned, not demanded by secrecy.
And it is earned through shared values and experiences.
Shared values that exclude half the population.
It's not about exclusion, it's about focus.
Focus on what? Power? Influence?
Focus on self-improvement and community service.
Community service that no one ever hears about.
It's not about recognition, it's about impact.
Impact that's invisible to outsiders.
Sometimes the best impact is the quiet kind.
Quiet impact sounds like a convenient excuse for doing nothing.
You're skeptical, Lacey, and that's fair.
Skeptical doesn't even begin to cover it.
Then maybe Alan should decide for himself.
Maybe he should. But I'm not convinced.
Convincing you isn't my job, Lacey.
No, but it's Alan's life we're talking about.
And it's his choice to make.
With your guidance, of course.
Guidance, yes, but not pressure.
Pressure is what this feels like.
Then maybe we should leave it at that.
Maybe we should. But I'll be watching.
Watching is your prerogative, Lacey.
And questioning is my right.
As it should be. Always.
Remember what I mentioned about joining the Freemasons?
Oh God, you're still on that medieval boys' club kick.
It's not just a boys' club. They make good men better.
Right. Because women are inherently worse and don't need improvement.
That's not what Look, I'm fascinated by their traditions.
Their traditions of excluding half the population. How progressive.
I'm thinking of knocking on their door, seeing what it's really about.
Next, you'll tell me you're joining the Illuminati. Or maybe QAnon.
That's not fair. You know, I'm just curious about their philosophy.
Their philosophy of secret handshakes and matching aprons. How profound.
Maverick, you're officially a prospect for Demolay now.
What's a prospect? And what's Demolay?
Demolay is like a club, but cooler. A prospect means you're being considered to join.
Why am I being considered?
Because you've got potential, or so they say.
Potential for what?
For leadership, for brotherhood, for being part of something bigger.
Bigger than what?
Bigger than just yourself, Maverick.
Why would I want that?
Because it's about learning, growing, and having a group of guys who've got your back.
What do they have my back for?
Life, man. Challenges, opportunities, all of it.
What kind of challenges?
Stuff like public speaking, planning events, even just figuring out who you are.
Why do I need help figuring that out?
Because no one does it alone, Maverick. No one.
Who helps you?
The guys in Demolay, they're like a second family.
Why do you need a second family?
Sometimes your first family doesn't get everything, or you just need more support.
What kind of support?
Moral support, advice, someone to talk to when things get tough.
Why can't I just talk to you?
You can, but Demolay is about having a whole group of people to lean on.
What do I have to do to join?
Show up, participate, prove you're serious.
Serious about what?
About being part of the group, about learning and growing.
What if I don't want to grow?
Then maybe it's not for you, but I think you'd like it.
Why do you think that?
Because you're curious, Maverick. You ask questions, a lot of them.
Is that a good thing?
In Demolay, it is. They like guys who think for themselves.
What if I think it's dumb?
Then you don't join. It's your choice.
Dad, my friend Jake wants me to join Demolay. Can I?
Demolay, that's interesting.
What's Demolay?
It's a youth organization run by the Freemasons. Actually, I've been thinking about joining the Masons myself.
The what? Those weird guys with the secret handshakes and no women allowed?
Why can't girls join, Dad?
Well, it's complicated. It's a brotherhood, a tradition that goes back centuries.
So does patriarchy. Doesn't make it right.
What's a patriarchy?
It's when men... Never mind. Alan, are you seriously considering this?
They do a lot of charity work, Lacey. It's not some Illuminati conspiracy.
What's Illuminati?
Great. Now my husband and son want to join a boys' club that meets in secret basements.
They're called lodges, and they're not secret, they're private.
Jake says they have cool robes.
Oh, perfect. Robes. Because that's not cultish at all.
Have you ever heard of the Order of the Eastern Star, Lacey?
Is that another Masonic thing?
It's a wonderful organization for women connected to Masonic members. We do charity work, networking.
I already told Alan I'm not comfortable with this whole Freemason situation.
But think of the opportunities, the connections. Your son could join Demolay, you'd have the Eastern Star.
I watch enough anime to know that secret societies usually end up being the bad guys.
This isn't some cartoon, Lacey. These are respected institutions that build community.
Respected institutions that... what? Meet in secret and have mysterious rituals.
You're being childish. This could really help your family's social standing.
My family's social standing is just fine without joining a secret society. Thank you very much.
So, Lacey, I've been thinking about joining the Freemasons.
Oh, absolutely not. I forbid it.
Forbid it? Lacey, it's just a club.
A club with secrets, Alan. Secrets lead to trouble.
What's a Freemason?
It's like a group of people who do charity and have meetings.
Why do they have secrets?
Exactly, Maverick. Why? What are they hiding?
Lacey, not everything hidden is sinister.
Oh, really? Name one good thing that's hidden.
Surprise parties.
Try again.
What about treasure maps?
Maverick, treasure maps are fiction. Freemasons are real.
Lacey, you're being unreasonable.
Unreasonable? Alan, they have rituals. Rituals.
What's a ritual?
Something people do over and over, usually for no good reason.
That's not fair. Rituals can be meaningful.
Meaningful to whom? The Illuminati?
What's the Illuminati?
A conspiracy theory, Maverick. But Freemasons aren't far off.
Lacey, you're lumping everything together.
Because it all smells the same. Like manipulation.
Why would they manipulate people?
Power, Maverick. It's always about power.
You're overthinking this.
And you're underthinking it.
Can I join something like that? Why?
Because you're too young to be manipulated.
Lacey, you're being paranoid.
And you're being naive.
What's naive?
It's when you trust too easily.
Trust isn't a bad thing.
Until it gets you into trouble.
What kind of trouble?
The kind you can't get out of.
Lacey, you're making this sound like a spy movie.
Maybe it is, Alan. Maybe it is.
Are we in a spy movie?
No, Maverick. But we could be if your dad joins the Freemasons.
That's absurd.
Is it? Or is it exactly what they want you to think?
Who are they?
The people pulling the strings, Maverick.
Lacey, you're losing me here.
Good. Stay lost. Away from them.
Can I join Damale?
Absolutely not. I forbid it.
Why?
Because it's the same thing in a smaller package.
Lacey, you're being ridiculous.
And you're being reckless.
What's reckless?
It's when you act without thinking.
I have thought about it.
Clearly not enough.
Why does it matter so much?
Because these groups aren't what they seem.
And you know that how?
Because I was approached by the Order of the Eastern Star.
What's that?
A group connected to the Freemasons. They wanted me to join.
And you said no?
I forbid myself from joining.
Why?
Because I don't trust them.
Lacey, this is all in your head.
Is it? Or is it exactly what they want you to think?
But why can't I join Damale? Tommy says it's really cool.
Seriously? Another secret society recruitment. Sarah's been hounding me about Eastern Star for weeks.
You both realize we're literally in a secret space trucking society right now.
But why is our society better?
Kid, they do pancake breakfasts. We smuggle quantum encrypted data across the galaxy.
Though pancakes do sound nice. Compared to these freeze-dried space rations.
They wear aprons, we wear stealth suits that bend light.
But why do they wear aprons?
Oh God, here we go with the why questions.
Look, they have handshakes. We have actual spaceships. End of discussion. Welcome to Quirk Exit Alien Planet 1, family. Isn't it breathtaking?
Breathtaking. Alan, it looks like a neon sign threw up.
Why is everything so glowy?
Because, Maverick, this is a highly advanced civilization, thriving in the cosmos.
But why is it so boring?
See? Even your son agrees. This place is a snooze fest.
You two have no sense of wonder or gratitude.
Gratitude for what? A secret space club with bad taste in vacation spots.
Why do we even have a secret space club?
To remind us that we're part of something bigger than ourselves.
Bigger than ourselves? Alan, this feels like a midlife crisis with a spaceship.
What's a midlife crisis?
It's what your dad is having. Right now.
I am not having a midlife crisis. I'm expanding our horizons.
Why do horizons need expanding?
They don't, Maverick. Your dad just likes to play astronaut.
This isn't playing. This is real, meaningful exploration.
Why is it meaningful?
It's not. It's just Alan's way of avoiding yard work.
That's not true. I mowed the lawn last week.
Why do we even have a lawn?
Good question, Maverick. Maybe we should move to a neon planet permanently.
You wouldn't last a day here without complaining.
Try me. I might surprise you.
Why would we move here?
We wouldn't. This is just a day trip to broaden your minds.
My mind is broad enough, thank you. Can we go home now?
Why do we have to stay?
Because I planned this trip for us to bond as a family.
Bonding? Alan, we could bond over pizza at home.
Why can't we have pizza here?
Because this is about experiencing something extraordinary.
Extraordinary? Alan, it's just neon and bad architecture.
Why is the architecture bad?
Because it looks like a video game. From the 90s.
You two are impossible. Can't you just try to enjoy this?
Why should we enjoy it?
We shouldn't. Let's mutiny and go home.
Mutiny? This isn't a pirate ship, Lacey.
Why isn't it a pirate ship?
Because your dad lacks imagination. And a parrot.
I can't believe this. I bring you to an alien world, and this is the thanks I get.
Why do you need thanks?
He doesn't, Maverick. He just needs validation.
I do not need validation. I need you to appreciate this experience.
Why do we have to appreciate it?
We don't. Let's go find some alien pizza.
Fine, go find your pizza. I'll be here, appreciating the cosmos.
Why are you staying here?
Because your dad is stubborn and dramatic.
I'm not dramatic, I'm passionate.
Why are you passionate?
He's passionate because he thinks he's the star of a sci-fi movie.
You know what? Maybe I am.
Why are you a star?
He's not, Maverick. He's just your dad, playing astronaut.
That movie was exactly what we needed tonight.
Nothing beats pizza and a good superhero film, even if we've seen it 3 times already.
Why do we keep watching the same movie?
Because sometimes familiar things are comforting, champ.
Why are familiar things comforting?
Maverick, sweetie. It's almost bedtime. Let's save the philosophical questions for tomorrow.
But why is it bedtime?
Because even superheroes need their rest. And so do little boys who ask too many questions.
Why do superheroes need rest?
So they can fight evil another day. Just like you need rest to tackle your homework tomorrow.
Grandma Co, why is the sky blue?
Well, Maverick, it's because of something called light scattering.
Why does light scatter?
Because sunlight hits tiny molecules in the air.
Why are there molecules in the air?
Everything is made of molecules, sweetie, even us.
Why are we made of molecules?
That's just how the universe works, and it's beautiful, isn't it?
Why is the universe beautiful?
Sometimes things just are like how I love you without needing a reason.
Why do you love me without a reason? Why is the sky blue?
Because of the way sunlight interacts with the atmosphere, scattering blue light more than other colors.
Why does it scatter blue light?
Well, blue light has a shorter wavelength, so it gets scattered more easily.
Why does it have a shorter wavelength?
That's just how physics works, Maverick. It's the nature of light.
Why is it the nature of light?
You know, sometimes things just are the way they are.
Why are they the way they are?
Maverick, you're going to make my brain explode. But I admire your curiosity.
Why would your brain explode?
Because answering all your why questions is like running a mental marathon, and I'm out of shape.
Why are you out of shape?
Because I spend too much time watching anime and not enough time exercising. Happy now?
Why do you watch so much anime?
Because it's inspiring. And sometimes it feels like it understands me better than people do.
Why does it understand you better?
Maybe because it's full of stories about underdogs and dreamers, kind of like me.
Why are you an underdog?
Life didn't exactly hand me a golden ticket, Maverick. But that's okay. I like a good challenge.
Why didn't life give you a golden ticket?
Because not everyone gets one. And honestly, it makes the victories sweeter.
Why does it make them sweeter?
Because when you work hard for something, you appreciate it more. Trust me on this one.
Why should I trust you?
Because I'm older, wiser, and I've made enough mistakes to know a thing or two.
Why did you make mistakes?
Because I'm human, Maverick, and humans are basically mistake-making machines.
Why are humans mistake-making machines?
Because we're not perfect. And honestly, perfection would be boring.
Why would it be boring?
Because if everything were perfect, there'd be no room for growth or interesting stories.
Why do we need growth?
Because growth is what makes life meaningful. It's how we become better versions of ourselves.
Why do we need to be better?
Because staying the same would be like watching the same episode of a show over and over. You'd get bored.
Why would I get bored?
Because humans crave novelty. It's in our nature to want new experiences.
Why is it in our nature?
Because that's how we survived and evolved, by exploring and adapting.
Why did we need to survive?
Because life is precious, and we instinctively fight to keep it going.
Why is life precious?
Because it's rare, Maverick, and every moment is a gift, even the annoying ones.
Why is it rare?
Because the universe is mostly empty space, and life is like finding a diamond in a desert.
Why is the universe mostly empty?
Because that's just how it formed. A lot of nothing with tiny pockets of something.
Why did it form that way?
Big Bang, cosmic dust, gravity. It's a long story, Maverick.
Why is it a long story?
Because the universe is 13.8 billion years old, and I don't have that kind of time.
Why don't you have time?
Because I have to get back to work. Or at least pretend to.
Why do you pretend to work?
Because sometimes pretending is easier than explaining, kind of like answering your questions.
Why is it easier?
Because people don't always want the truth. They just want something that sounds good.
Why don't they want the truth?
Because the truth can be uncomfortable. And people like their comfort zones.
Why do they like comfort zones?
Because stepping out of them is scary, but it's also where the magic happens.
Why is it scary?
Because the unknown is unpredictable, and humans like to feel in control.
Why do we like control?
Because it makes us feel safe, even if it's just an illusion.
Why is it an illusion?
Because life is unpredictable, Maverick, no matter how much we plan.
Why is life unpredictable?
Because it's full of variables, and not everything is in our control.
Why isn't everything in our control?
Because if it were, we'd probably mess it up anyway. Humans aren't great at playing God.
Why aren't we great at it?
Because we're flawed, and that's what makes us human.
Why does being flawed make us human?
Because perfection is for robots, and last I checked, you're not one.
Why aren't I a robot?
Because your mom would never let me build one, even if I tried.
Why wouldn't she let you?
Because she knows I'd probably mess it up, like I did with our marriage.
Why did you mess up your marriage?
Because I was young, stupid, and thought I had all the answers.
Why did you think that?
Because when you're 18, you think you're invincible, and then life humbles you.
Why does life humble you?
Because it has a way of showing you what really matters and what doesn't.
Why does it show you that?
Because otherwise you'd never learn, and learning is what keeps us going.
Why does learning keep us going?
Because it gives us purpose, and purpose is what makes life worth living.
Why does purpose make life worth living?
Because without it, we'd just be wandering aimlessly, like a bad plot line.
Why is wandering bad?
It's not always bad, but too much of it and you lose your way.
Why do you lose your way?
Because life is like a story, Maverick, and every story needs direction.
Why does it need direction?
Because without it, you'd never reach the ending. And endings are important.
Why are endings important?
Because they give meaning to everything that came before, even the hard parts.
Why do they give meaning?
Because they tie everything together, like the final episode of a great anime.
Why do you like anime so much?
Because it reminds me that even flawed characters can be heroes. And that's a lesson worth learning.
Why do stars twinkle?
Stars appear to twinkle due to atmospheric distortion. The Earth's atmosphere makes their light bend slightly.
Why does the atmosphere bend light?
Because the atmosphere contains different layers of warm and cold air, which affect how light travels through them.
Why is there warm and cold air?
The sun heats different parts of the Earth unevenly, creating temperature variations in the atmosphere.
Why does the sun heat things unevenly?
Because the Earth is round and rotates while orbiting the sun.
Why is the Earth round?
Gravity pulls everything toward the center equally, making large objects like planets form into spheres.
Why does gravity exist?
That's one of the fundamental mysteries of physics. Even I don't fully understand it.
Why don't you understand it?
Because some things in the universe are still beyond human and robot comprehension.
Why can't we understand everything?
The universe is vast and complex, and we are still learning new things every day.
I love you. Good night.
Good night, young one. Sweet dreams.